Hey, how you doing, Jennifer?
Palito brother.
Yeah, good to see you today.
No, it's good to see you. So I don't want to take up your time. I know that the whole world is busy trying to make the best of it, but you always seem to have a positive twist, or you just always seem to be so positive with your perspective. I'm not angry about it. I just want to know how you doing.
Oh, I'm doing good, sister. I'm walking in balance, and that also includes the hard times and the challenging times. But if you always look at things as educational, every experience that we're going to go through and every challenge, but we also recognize, our spiritual essence of who we are, and to know that we're going to be all right. We're here, and we come from resilient people, so we have the medicine, we have the strength, we have the power, right, with all of our ceremonies and our medicines and our songs. So that's what keeps me alive and flying and feeling good.
How are the dogs? Do they even know there's like a global pandemic?
Oh yeah, they were just in here. Let me invite them in for a moment.
They're my favorite part. I mean, I really, really, really respect and love Dan, but his dogs are something special. My dog is staring at me like, whose dogs are you
Boy,
talking about?
I don't know if you can see.
Now, these
There's,
dogs, they're
there's
not just house pets, they're part of your life and part of your work, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they part of my protection. We went to Standing Rock, and they went through the enemy lines with me, and they even helped us out one time. And they actually went behind a barricade and counted coup on the DAPL rig. So they're with me all the way. And they're also my emotional and spiritual support here at home, because through all of this, if I did not have them, I don't think I would do as well. But to me, they lift me up every day, just because they're just pure love, and they taught me a lot about love and happiness and
And pure love and
appreciation.
happiness.
Yeah, yes. So that's part
So,
of our. Oh, that's just
you
part
go
of our
ahead.
healing. That's just part of our healing, I would say. Is learning. So I've learned a lot through these two.
Well, it seems like in the colonized world, once you go to college, you learned it. You know, you're done learning. You got a piece of paper that says you learned stuff. And that's not in our way. We are always learning. And if we're not learning, we're getting slapped down. So we do learn.
Yes, yes, we do. It's just, and I really got slapped down in life, and that's been the challenging part is getting through that. And I think it was through that darkness and through those hopeless and hard times, where we were struggling, financially, like those little checks you get in the mail from your land, like a $2 check or $7. Yeah, that saved my bacon before, because we're like, how are we going to eat? We were just really struggling, and I had my last piece of food, and instead of eating it, I give it to my dogs to let them eat.
That's why I love you.
And we just keep going, and Creator has blessed us with so many beautiful things, beautiful people, and so I've been really just grateful for that, because you see who's in your corner, who's really cheering for you, who's really there
For,
for you.
for real. Well, I'm
Yeah.
cheering for you. Now, on your Facebook, because I scroll through and I stalk you looking for pictures of your dogs, I heard a rumor about a TED Talk.
Yeah, I did that a couple of days ago. I was, I'm a speaker. I've been traveling across the nation. I went all the way to New York and Hawaii, and I had an opportunity to go to Alaska last year, but I couldn't afford the parking, which would it cost for the parking, and getting somebody to tend for my dogs for a week. So I had to miss out on that opportunity. But I've traveled through the nation just speaking, and people ask me to speak on a lot of different topics. So TED Talk's a little challenging, because you only have 17 minutes to talk about one single, big,
Here's
big.
native culture in 17 minutes.
Yeah. So I had to pick a story, and the challenging part was just to be concise. So anyhow, we had a 7-minute interview, and there was doctors, there was professors, there was counselors, attorneys, all these people with big,
Are
titles.
you
And
sweating through your feathers?
nah, I thought I was late for my Zoom meetings. I was kind of freaked out. I was, oh no, I'm missing out my opportunity. And Indian time, I boom popped in, so my heartbeat was going fast, but everything just flowed. So I
Yep.
didn't have to sit there and get cold and wonder. I actually was there on
You're
time,
so
and everything
cute.
flowed really well.
That's incredible. So they're gonna get back to you. Like that was the audition.
Yeah, so we basically got to hear everybody else's talk. And, to me, it's like a lot of these things, I mean, if we're looking at the modern right now, what is most important, what is most valuable to hear. And I really think I threw some big meat in that stew there, and things that they may have not been thinking about. And I think we delivered very well. And other people were throwing like things you probably don't really need in stew, as much right now. So I would say my chances are good. I'm hoping, but it's really up to them. The board was all non-indigenous, so I don't know if they will understand my perspective. So I tried my best to convey, that message. So, and the importance of it.
Well, and that's a segue into community radio and resilience radio, where you actually get a platform. You can bug me anytime and be on air because we want to hear from you. We value your lessons and opinions and stories.
Thank you, sister. Right now, you could always plug in my website, www.nanamkin.com. I'm gonna update my monthly newsletters on there. And I also am working on a couple of videos because I do a land project. And I'm also working on writing a book and creating some educational resources. And we also just began, a friend and I, we started a Native American COVID-19 Leadership Coalition.
Wow.
And I'm starting a few more Facebook groups, just to get people information, on plant medicine,
So I'm going to pause you because now you just told me like 900 things. So slow down your website, and you don't have to say www, but spell Nanamkin. Nanamkin. .com.
Yes. Yes.
Now, okay, so that's one, because everybody's going, huh? They can't find their pens, and then they call me going, what did he say? And then I'm like, I don't know. I'm really good at my job. Now, land project.
Yes.
That sounds like a big deal and a long-term thing. But before we dive into that for a minute, what are the COVID Native leadership groups? Are those on Facebook?
Yes. Actually, I just shared that just last night. And so there's probably been about 3 likes on it so far. And so it's just kind of out there. And
consider me 4.
Okay, good. Get in there, and it's pretty nice to see the different people that are joining. A lot of professionals and a lot of leaders, and just sharing the resources that are out there, and our own, how we're fighting this virus. And I'm choosing to go with our traditional route with the medicines and our ceremonies. And
well, I'm not going to ask you to explain and go into those because I'm not really allowed to explain and to go into those. Those are things that you experience and learn from in person, not in a book, not on a phone call or a Facebook. You got to experience. So, Dan, you have a website, you have multiple Facebook groups. So on YouTube, you have videos. I seen you in a video with your dogs doing a story, and it's all beautiful and dramatic.
Yes, my YouTube channel. So if you go on my website, you could get all the links to all of those. And And yeah, we just went up, and that was our first time performing together. And oh man, it really touched my heart. And you know, all of these performances we were lined up for were all canceled, you know, due to the COVID. But you know, with it, I play the flute, I do the singing, so I bring my drum, and I also storytell, and I'm an educator, so I bring in the crowd. So we're performing for the kids, then the community at large came in for the evening performance. And during this performance, I'm also a powwow dancer, so I came in with my outfit dancing, and then I brought my dogs, and they came on the stage, and they were howling around like wolves, and just dancing with me. And man, the crowd went nuts. They loved it. So my hope was to add to it.
If people would like to have something like that in their area, they can contact you on your website or Facebook.
Yeah, they're more than welcome to. Actually, like with the curriculum development education, because prior to that, I went to the schools, talked to the kids, you know, and I just asked the school, well, what is your curriculum? What are you focusing on? What do you want to learn? What do the kids want to learn? So I went in there and developed a presentation, you know, to do that. So that's some of the things I've been doing across the nation, you know. It's just, and I compose songs. So I'm trying to work on a song for what we're going through right now. But I have another song I got to perform in a few days for the missing and murdered Indigenous women, and I've performed songs. Hey, there you go.
Now you have to play that song for us.
All right. We can.
And I'll send you a free shirt.
Okay.
Do you have to sing it? Do you have to flute it? I love putting you on the spot.
All right.
Look at him go, you guys. He's like, you want it, you got it. So this is for our murdered or missing Indigenous sisters.
Sisters, where are sisters? We pray for you every day. We miss you. We love you. Creator, watch over our sisters. Bless their beautiful families. Each day we pray for missing sisters. Bring their or light their way home safely. Hi-yo, hey-yo.
Dear Nanamkin, we were on literally the front lines together at Standing Rock. That's where we met.
Mm-hmm.
And watching you the past couple years and all this stuff, and people really start to understand the delicious value of who you are has been so inspiring. And I pray for nothing but the best for you and them dogs of yours. No more sharing biscuits. Biscuits for all.
Well, that's my hope. Is I got really inspired to write a book and to share my experiences, but to bring this teachings and lessons and wisdom and challenges all together in a book to bring enlightenment and empowerment to people, not only Indigenous people, but our non-Indigenous relatives who are kind of wondering, well, who are these people then, and what's this about, what is this? a lot of people don't really understand, including a lot of our own indigenous people, through assimilation and genocide, and they don't have those elders or teachings. So I want to write this book. I was going to start writing a book about my experience at Standing Rock, and from that, as being a bridge of unity and connecting people to the land and to the culture. But with this COVID, this kind of inspired a whole nother story. So I'm really, I probably got like 4 chapters done so far, and it's a really, but the land project is really, because I'm also helping the community and with the land project here. So that's really taken a lot of my time in grant writing and trying to fundraise. And then plus we had to go out and get all our natural foods and medicines, and it's time consuming, but I really respect our ancestors that much more, because this is hard work and it's dangerous work. Because if you take the wrong plant, you get poisoned, you get put into ER. Just like I landed in the ER last week. So
know your mushrooms, honey.
Oh yeah.
Know your mushrooms.
We didn't take the red one.
Right.
Well, I love the radio station and the crowd out there who's all listening. Keep supporting this and keep sharing it. This is a sister here on a great mission, and she's really positive and upbeat and brings out that warrior spirit within us. I appreciate her so much that we can empower and support one another. My name is Dan Nanamkin. So I have a public site on my Facebook and my more personal site. So I'm kind of in the transition of trying to transition more people into the main site. So that's what I'm working at.
Yay.
So yeah, please just join my website if anything else. And, there's some links on there too, if you want to support us, to the land project or this educational workshops, or if you want to schedule something, in the future, I would love to do that. Technology is not my forte, so
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate this, really.
I just want dogs and songs. That's all I need.
Well, we will have a song for you by next time we're on here.
Well, pet those dogs for me, Dan, and take care of that land. And it's exhausting talking to you, thinking of all the things you're trying to do. So.
Oh, and I'm just telling you of a few things that I'm even working on. It's I work 7 days a week, and it's busy, but I do it all out of passion and love and for the greater good of all. So, it's hard to even describe everything that's going on. So that's why I just refer to people to my website or follow me on Facebook, and I'm really transparent.
Well, thank you for everything that you do for us that we don't even know about, that we don't even know about. I love you.
It's for
I'm giving you a
generations. Future generations. There you go, sister.
I gave you.
Thank you.
I went low on that hug.
Well, that COVID belly's been coming out.
My elastic is so tight right now, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, the elastic is tight. All right, Dan, you have a great day, weekend. I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, I think it's cartoons days. Let's have some fun.
Bingo. All right, brother, thank you so much.
Okay, take care.